So the new U.S. President Donald Trump says he plans to introduce a new system of foreign revenue tax effective his first day in office. The idea was to lower tax on American citizens and shift the burden overseas. Let's drive the next conversation on that premise with Orji, Philip Orji, a tax analyst joining me from our Abuja studios. We thank you for coming in tonight, sir, on the show.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, sir. What are your immediate thoughts? What are your immediate thoughts, sir, regarding the return of President Trump to the White House?
It's a welcome development. American people have spoken, and I believe whoever that outcome bring up as a president should do the right thing to get their economy working and run their democracy. So we are good to go, and because America is just like just the president of the world, so people are very concerned about his coming back. Some people are afraid of what his policies may look like, but I don't think it's supposed to be like that. Because you have your own country. When he put his own ideas on what to make America great like, so you put your own too. I don't see something that will make somebody to be afraid of what. So I'm not perturbed about whatever is presented even yesterday. So people are bothered, but I'm not bothered. Every country have their own sovereignty to run their country the way it should be.
So are you concerned about the plan by President Trump to launch what he calls a foreign or external revenue service? Is it practicable?
Yes, it's even what I was advocating for the past 7 years here in Nigeria. If you don't talk about the collection of revenue in a foreign land, I don't think you know what you're doing. Because first of all, in Nigeria, we don't collect a dime based on revenue internationally, which is what is killing our currency. We only depend on the local currency collection, the domestic taxation. We just generate naira. So for him to think, look, let me tell you something, sir, because my job is to educate Nigerians. I'm a tax analyst, and the thing I continue to do for some years now is to make sure that Nigerians are sensitized about what our tax is, because the first human right in a democratic governance is to make sure the right of the taxpayers is well protected.
Yes. My question, sir, is the plan by President Trump to launch a foreign or external revenue service, and asking if it's practicable. How practicable is it? What should we expect if this happens? And why do you think it's important for Nigeria?
It is possible. Let me come. Don't worry. I will take care of that right away.
No, we don't have all the time, sir, on the show. So that's what I'm asking very quickly.
Now, I want to go straight to the question now. I say it's good. We can do that. The only way to do it is that America have Internal Revenue Service, and now they have Treasurer Inspector General for Tax Administration, kicked out the United States, that keep the receipt of whatever is paid. And they have what they call Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act, which Ghana has too. So for him to think that upon all these things there are this mechanism, they still think it wise to create external revenue, so meaning that they were concerned to make sure whatever thing that is due to them in overseas are collected. It's a welcome, if it is even good for the Nigeria to know that we should try to brace up to collect our taxes overseas, which is lacking here.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point. I'm just trying to find out. You said Nigeria should do the same, and I'm trying to find out how will that be achieved?
I have a bill in the National Assembly called Independent Revenue Inspectorate Agency of Nigeria that has passed first and second reading in the 9th Assembly. Now it has passed second reading again in the 10th Assembly, all right? So that is to keep the tax receipt. We are yet to have accountability and transparency in the Nigerian taxation system. You cannot allow somebody to collect trillions for you and the person tells you whatever he wants. That's the federal revenue operation we are doing here. So due to other countries like the United Kingdom, the Australia, places, even Ghana, other places, they have collector and the other person that is independent, inspector or call it auditors, they keep receipt of tax so that people will believe in the system. So America already has. But yet, why is it that Trump is so concerned about collecting money? Do you know we lose over $60 billion in international tax that we are not touching? We cannot join the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, and UNDP tax inspectors without border, because this is where you connect before you start to collect that taxes or that are due for us. And again, you protect what we call transfer pricing, base erosion, profit shifting, and equally collect the tax that is our own fair share in our countrymen and women who own companies overseas. They call them international citizens in taxation studies. So these are the things that is lacking. If you just take for instance, 1,005 into 50 billion dollars, is it not more than what we are collecting as a tax here? The local collection will never give you that, and it will cost you to put pressure, like charging from 7.5% to 15% or 10% to 12.5%, now 15%, meaning that we are telling our Nigerians that you are troubled or you are suffering. It's just starting. You don't add money in tax, no. Devise a means to collect international tax that will come in foreign currencies and you cushion the effect of dollar rise, and equally, your people will pay less. Just as what Trump is saying, that they are charging their people too much. If you make money from international tax, you may not actually charge a lot of money in VAT. It may even go back to 3% that Ghana is charging now. If you make international money, you reduce this burden about going to add money every day, rise of even this charging of 25% in income tax is wrong. Charge 15% and eliminate this so-called tax incentive. It's a fraud. Tax incentive is a scam. I am an expert. I school in Singapore. I think I know what I'm saying. If you think you are giving somebody incentive and the person decides to go to Cote d'Ivoire and pay tax and run his company, is it not telling you that that particular incentive is most of the people collecting it are not actually having any company? They only use it to import chemicals and sell. I have a lot of things to say because my worry now is to get Nigeria working, because we can survive and even better than before. You can make over 100 trillion naira if they do what I tell them to do. We have a way out. That's my preaching.
One of the ways in which the present administration is trying to get Nigeria running is the governors, is the fiscal reform and the tax reform under Taiwo Udele's committee. The Governors Forum last week agreed to a VAT sharing formula which pushes the tax reform agenda forward. Well, what's your take on that?
Yeah, that one is a welcome development, because let me start from applauding the governors to even remember that this sharing that everybody was shouting in the beginning, I think maybe they have had people like me, they now know that they should be bothered about why charging from 7.5% to 10%. The people are crying already. But for them to come up and say, don't add, which is good, 7.5%, let's manage and see whether we can be able to be paying and run our lives. Then, the other one they said sharing. The governors don't even have time to explain their reason. That reason is proper. What am I trying to say? If people claim, some people will simply say some governors are lazy or some state is lazy. Not true. Look, derivation is not done that way because the environment matters. There are a lot of things in tax that you may not apply what other people are doing in other places because of the deficit in infrastructure. What do I mean? If you have a Lagos seaport, which is the advantage that Lagos has, you go and people run there to build their companies, or other go to Go State, which is closer. It's not a bad thing, yes, but it congests Lagos port. But if you go to other places like Singapore, places that have been even in Benin Republic, in Boyko, there was a place called Boyko. If from Cotonou Seaport, you take train to take some of the containers there. I will have liked to speak. I speak Hausa, I speak Igbo, I speak English, I speak Pidgin English. Our people need to tell them what is happening in tax, and even in local language. Let them know that that advantage that Lagos has does not mean that they are wiser than any other state. To go Dangote to build a company in Lagos, meaning that he was pursuing that seaport that was there. Not necessarily that he cannot, even he will not even buy land. If you want to build it, they will give you the land free, but he bought it $100 million. You see, so what I'm saying, don't want us to be quarreling. The sharing formula, now let us manage the way governors put it, because I don't see why we should quarrel about an empty treasury. We don't have money. We don't have money, let me just tell you. Why are we quarreling about empty treasury? So the money that will come from international tax, if they do what I tell them to do, people will be happy. We will make money. And all this quarrel will die down. How much is VAT? How much are we making in VAT?
I love
Everywhere is quarrel. But I'm happy that they have done a good job there.
I love the way
a good job. They have done a good job, sir.
I love the way
Please.
you were smiling when you're talking about we make more money. We make more money. I think the more money on the table.
No, we make money. Don't worry. I'm not perturbed at all. I'm not perturbed.
The better for everyone. Thank you so much.
Forget about it.
We appreciate your perspectives on this. Do enjoy your evening. Thank you so much out there, Mr. Orji, Philip Orji, tax analyst in Abuja studios.